Do you wish your Transformers Megatron from movie 1 could pose like this? Where he's got his fusion cannon wannabe posed where it stays out like this. Because normally it's got a spring action in it. It has a spring there, and so it's there. You hold it like this, and it just pops back closed again. And I don't know, posing them with it like this just doesn't do it for me. It's kind of silly. So I'm going to show you how to make it so you can pose them like that as well. So here's his arm. This is the joint right here where it bends. You know, his hand is here. There's the joint where it bends. You don't have to take that one off, but I'm going to do that right now so I can hold this separate so it's easier for you to see. There's also a screw right here, and then there's a screw at the very tip right there. And we're going to be just unscrewing all of those. See, there's the switch. You can see that. That slides open and closed. So I'm going to be taking out those two screws, and we'll look at the inside. As a good reminder, it's always good to take the screws out and place them in an order of where they go when you're looking at it. So I know I'm going to look at it this way. Screws go, there's the top, there's the bottom, because a lot of times there's one that's slightly thicker or slightly longer, and you just want to make sure they go back in the same order as they were to begin with. So here it is. The spring is inside. So right now you pull the trigger, and the stuff slides out. It's pretty clever engineering, but it snaps back when you're done. So we're going to take that out. So these two halves just kind of split apart, and take the top part off so you can see the engineering of the stuff inside. Take it off carefully, because these little posts right here, little pins, go into the holes there. So there we go. Take that off. This part will fall off from the arm, so you don't need to actually take the screws out to take his elbow off. Because once you get this far, then the whole arm can kind of come apart. I'm going to put that back in before we close it up. So, as you can see, it's pretty much, when you slide this, and it turns those gears, and it pulls out the rest of the stuff. And there's the spring. That's what's making it slide back into place. So what we're going to do is just kind of slide this part out, and take that spring off. Easy peasy. But now, the one extra little thingy here is that when it slides, it's going to slide too easily. And like when he's standing there, when his arm is facing down, it's going to the weight will drag it down. It'll slide on its own. So, this is what we're going to do. Very easy. Just take some super glue. And we are going to, you can put it on this side or from the other side, either direction. We're going to put just a little drop of super glue on this side, and on this side right there. And then we're going to put a drop of super glue here, and right there. And we're not actually gluing anything together. We're just putting a little layer of the super glue to make it thicker. So when you put a drop here and here, it makes this slot slightly narrower than it is in the middle, or slightly narrower than it was. The purpose of that is so we've got this trigger that slides in the middle. I'm going to take that off right now. See, so this is what slides. We want to put it so that it slides, and see how it just kind of doesn't quite go all the way? You got to snap it into place, and so that the glue on the sides, you wait for it to dry before you put this back in. The glue on the sides makes it a little bit of a tighter fit. See what I mean? Nice tight fit right there. So, once you do that, and you check it out, and you say, okay, yep, that's tight fit, okay, yep, that's tight fit, then you can put it all back together. And to do that, so these parts are all together. These aren't going to come off. I'm sorry. These parts are all together. They're not going to come off. Just kind of slides around. So we're going to put them back, and you're going to want to line up the holes there. Actually, put this first of all in the forward position. Okay, because then we're going to push it in to make it move. So you got to put this all the way forward. Switch, and you'll see the teeth line up the gears there. Same with this one. And line up that hole. Then you put your pegs back in, pins actually. It goes all the way through, so it goes all the way into the gray plastic through the white gears. And this part right here slides. When you're looking at it this way, this is the elbow joint right there. You'll see it kind of find a groove right there. It holds in. And then when you're putting this on, it's easiest, you got to try and, because you're lining up these peg holes, that's the tricky part, but you also, these get in the way because these actually sit on top of this part right here. So do that first if possible. There, so now you get that. Now you can look at this and line up the pegs and the holes, the pins. Get in there. There we go. And then once you put it back on, it should look like this. And see that even though there's no spring in there, when it's upright on his arm, it won't fall down since we've got that glue in there. But we can fold it forward like that, and instead of spring-loaded, it'll stay.